I'm Deepak. So, as Shweta was explaining about Atma, so we know that, we must have understood that Atma is actually beyond that whatever we are, whatever we are studying up till now, and it is beyond the three bodies, the five sheets, and the three states of consciousness. So, out of those three sections, I will be explaining the first section, that is the three bodies. Up till now, whoever explained, the introduction of Tattva Bodh and the qualifications, and about the qualities of an individual. So here we would know that those qualifications and those qualities are being experienced by someone. So that someone is, would be identified into the body part. The body part, we would only recognize the body when it is on the gross level. You cannot see air, right? So if we have an object, so the object would, we can see the object and we would know that this particular object is a chair, this particular object is a table. But air, in that air you cannot recognize that this particular air is in what color is it or what does it contain and multiple things, unless until you go into the more deeper study of it. So we would define, so I would go forward with the three body part. First is these three bodies, as Shweta mentioned, is gross body, subtle body and causal bodies. So but these bodies are not actual body which we have right now. That particular one body is classified into these three, and then it is more classified into the further five sheets and how we're going to go into the further sections. So the gross body is asked by the student that to the teacher, like now I know that I'm not I'm not the three body, I'm not the five sheet, so what am I? So he starts asking questions about what is a gross body. So it says Stula Shariram Kim Panchi Krita Panchi Mahabhute Kritam Satkarma Janyam Sukha Dukha Adi Bhogayatanam Shariram Asti Jayate Vardate Viparanita Mate Apakshyate Vinashyatiti Shad Vikara Vardate Stula Shariram. So here, in the first statement it says Stula Shariram. What is gross body? So the teacher says the gross body is are made up of those five elements, five great elements, and it has undergone a process of grossification, which is said as Panchikarma. So once these five elements are gone in a process of grossification, so then a gross body is formed, and which is also born of a result of good actions of the past. Like this particular grossification process, it is, as I said, it is known as Panchikarma, and that particular grossification body is formed out of those five elements. But it is also depending on the results of the past good karmas. So basically, I would say past of the good karmas. That is why we have attained this particular body in the human form. But those good karmas are at such a level that it has been attained a human form. If our good karmas are not like the 100% level, if it is at 85 or 9 or 60%, so we would have attained in some other form. But we would have attained some of the grossification level, and we would be identified accordingly. Like everyone are coming here and saying their name, that I am Shreyas, I am Arvind, I am Deepak, and multiple times. So we are identified by a name. In the same way, we are identified by the body which we have, not with something which cannot be identified. So that is particular gross body, which is a gross object that can be seen, then only identified. So once we go forward, it says Sukha Dukhadi Bhogaya Yatanam, a counter of experience of joy and sorrow. So this particular body is a counter. Like as it is said, there is an example given in the text which says all transactions happen at a place at a counter. So once we go to a supermarket, so all the transactions, you are doing the entire shopping, you brought your groceries, whatever vessels or whatever is required. So So the entire process ends when at the counter once you pay. And it won't go beyond that unless until you pay, the person won't allow you to go outside the store, right? So this particular counter, there is a very keen part which says through this counter only you can achieve whatever you have shopped inside the store. But without paying at the counter, you wouldn't know, or you cannot take those things just like that. That you cannot say that these are mine, I have kept it and I am taking it away. So that is not the case. So once you come at the counter, you know that what price of the things which you have bought, then you pay and then you understand the proper meaning and then take it forward. So here, that particular, those things which you have bought inside the market are the sukha dukha, the joy and sorrow and the feelings, emotions, whatever you have. So once you have attained that particular feelings and you have known you have experienced those areas of yours, so then you can say these joy, sorrow, sukha, dukha is mine. Mine as in of the body you are identifying yourself. And these transactions temporarily cease when we sleep and permanently at death. So when you are into the subconscious state, so you cannot experience the joy and sorrow. You cannot go to the market and while you are sleeping and get those things. So once you are into the deep sleep and permanently at death, you cannot attain or feel or those emotions cannot be experienced. So once we go forward, it says the body is also compared to a city with 9 gates. So here the 9 gates are 2 eyes. Through 2 eyes we can experience something, we can see. 2 nostrils, we can smell. 2 ears, the air, we can listen, through the modulation. Mouth, anus and the reproductive parts. So these are the 9 gates of the entry and exit of body. Like of the gross body, not any other part. So these 9 gates are defined into a gross body and it is the entry and exit part. So that we have understood. But this particular body goes under 6 modifications. So now we see that there is, now up till now we knew only there is one body, that is we. But now we have come to a conclusion, not a conclusion in the middle of the result. We say that this particular body has 3 types, which is gross body, subtle body and causal body. But that particular first gross body also has 6 modifications, then we can go on to the subtle body part. So those 6 modifications are existence, is born, grows, matures, decays, dies. So these 6 modifications are being experienced by the gross body, which is existence first, asti. So your example is given, the mother experiences changes within and the doctor confirms the presence of the fetus in the mother's womb. The mother experiences, like how we are experiencing our feelings, the joy and sorrow, but unless and until it is shown on our faces like we are, happy or sorrow or something like that, or the person is saying like today you are looking happy. So you wouldn't actually realize that you are happy or sorrow. So that actually gives you the example that you exist in that particular moment and experiencing something. Is born, jayate. After 9 months, the child emerges from mother's womb to experience the outer world. The child, when it was in the womb, it did not know what it's going to experience in the outside world. But after 9 months, when that process, the first existence, the first stage is cleared and it goes on to the next stage, that it is actually born, the existence took place. So then the child actually experiences the outside world, grows, vardate. It grows, as in we have our age groups, like we grow from 0 to 3 to 12 and 25 and we keep on growing. Like we have Balviyas and 6 and pre-6 and everything. So we are growing. That is the third stage of it, third stage of the modification of our own body. Nourished by food, the body grows. The body only needs food to grow. Like the food is also made up of those 5 elements. That's how we gain those 5 elements when we are into the existence. We have to gain those 5 elements to grow. We have to know what the 5 elements are to understand our own existence. It matures, viparik, Viparen Mate. It attains adolescence, matures, and due course of time attains its peak with physical vitality. Like, like we say, a person, a male or female has attained an adolescence age. So we say that that is 18. So we see the change in the body, we see that the person is getting matured, we see that the person is, if we differentiate or define it on the academics part, that the person is crossing from the 3rd standard, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and it is crossing on the 10th standard, that is the biggest one. And that's how we grow and mature. We keep on maturing our mind, we gain knowledge, then only we can feel we have that matureness in us. The 5th stage, decays. Then slowly the limbs weaken, hair grays, skin loosens, and energy ebbs away. So this is not during or at the time you are attaining the 4th stage, that is the matureness. It goes on time to time. Like the gross body is actually going on through those 6 modifications to attain. Now we have reached the 5th stage, that is the decay part. Like once, if you buy a fruit or vegetable and you just keep it in a closed room without air passing or any ventilation, after a few days you see that particular vegetable is decaying or catching fungus or something like that. Right? So that particular thing is going under a modification part. It is modifying. That is not permanent. Something or the other thing is going to happen to that particular gross thing. So that is what is happening to our body. It is going on the process of modification, which is the 5th stage, that is the decay part, where we start feeling we are weak, like we say that is the senior citizens part, that they started feeling weak and the skins loosen up, the hair goes grey and etc. The last modification a body can ever go through is vinashati. The body dies. Finally, it disintegrates to totally merge with its constituent elements. We call this as death. So here it is clearly mentioned in the statement that finally it disintegrates to totally merge with its constituent elements. Like as I said and previously also said, the body is formed from the 5 elements and it is going again back to those 5 elements when the body is born. The air part goes to air, the gross part goes back to the earth. That's how the 5 elements are disintegrated and the body vanishes. So these are the very keen 6 modifications a gross body can ever go through. Okay. So now we have understood the modifications. But here, as you have noticed that I have been mentioning that the gross body is going under these modifications. I am experiencing these stuff. I am experiencing the matureness. I am experiencing the looseness in my skin and grey hair. So what is I? So here it says, I, the pure self, I am a witness to all the modifications of the body. I am neither born nor do I die with the body. So here, when we define I, we have an identity which we were defining ourselves with a name. But here it says, I am neither born nor do I die. So what is I? It is not those 5 elements, right? What we define. When we burn the body, it goes back to those 5 elements. So that means that is definitely not the I. Only out of false identification do I say I am dying, I am fat and so on. So you know the modifications are going in the body, but now with the same contradicting statement you are saying I am not the I am only, I am not born or die. But if you are not born, then you cannot be out of those 5 elements. If you are born, then only you are called out of those 5 elements. So here the example says, it is a vehicle that we use to transact with the world and is meant for performing good actions. Like previously I had mentioned in the counter of experiences, which says Sukha Dukha Adi Bhoga Yatam. So in that it says the vehicle, the body which we have achieved out of those 5 elements is the vehicle to experience. We have attained this, and it is a vehicle to experience this world outside. Because without this particular gross body, we cannot experience what is the world outside. We cannot experience our own feelings. We cannot actually feel happy. We cannot go and see places. We need some kind of an object to experience something. So can you all say, I am the experiencer? Through a body we are experiencing something. So we can call us as an experiencer that through this I am doing something. So here it is said in the same way that Sharira Madhyam Karu Dharma Sadhanam. Like our Sharira, our body is the actual Madhyam to experience the outside world. It is a temple which houses the pure self. It should therefore be kept clean and fit for use. We do not go too attached to it or falsely identify with it. So here it also says that we have to keep it very much clean, very much fit physically to experience something so that you can experience and do the most of it if you have attained this particular stage of the human form. So you have to keep it like in a proper way, in so stronger way physically, and to attend and to experience so many good things while you can do in a human form. But with the same part, it also says you shouldn't be attached to it. Like, if you get a small cut on your finger, you start crying that I'm bleeding and so much things is happening and you cannot bear the pain. That doesn't mean that you have to be detached from the body. That is not the actual statement. But here it says you shouldn't be attached or false identity, because you shouldn't be attached to any other grossified body. Like if the person is not there in your life again, you shouldn't be fallen apart or get on a lower side that you cannot do anything. Now the person is not there. So you shouldn't be attached at that particular time. You should be very much understand that I have come to this world to attend something through this body, and this body will again go into what from which it is created. So this is what the gross body part was. The second here we have is called as the subtle body, which says
5 minutes more for subtle body.
So here the subtle body, it says Sushma Shariram Kim Apanchikrita Pancha Mahabhutai Krutam Satkarma Janyam Sukha Dukha Adi Bhogaya Sadhanam Pancha Dhyana Indriyani Pancha Karma Indriyani Pancha Pranadaye Manascha Ekam Buddhischa Eka Evam Saptadashi Kalabhya Saha Yatishtati Tatsa Suksha Sarira. So here it is said that this particular subtle body is completely opposite of the gross body. But it is only identified if the gross body is there. So here it is said Sukshma Shariram, the subtle body. What is the subtle body? It is which is not undergone, it is not undergone a grossification process by those 5 great elements. It is not born of the good actions of the past. It is not the instrument of the experience of joy. It is not those 5 organs of perception. It is the 5 organs of perception. The 5 organs of actions, 5 pranas, a mind and intellect in this way. So here it is defined and composed in a way that whatever it is defined, like we had said Pancha Krita Pancha Mahabhute Kritam. So that was said for the gross body that it is those 5 elements. But here it is said Apanchikrita Pancha Mahabhute Kritam. So it is the total opposite of those 5 elements. It is not from those 5 elements. So it is known as the Tantra Matras. So the original form of the subtle body here is called as the Tantra Matras. The entire subtle world is constituted from the permutation and combination. So here the permutation and combination of the 5 great elements form into a gross body. But here the permutation and combination of the subtle things form a subtle body. So here we can say the permutation and combination of thoughts form a subtle body. Like the difference is the gross element which we can see, and here the subtle element which we cannot see, but it is there. So the example can be as I said that the difference is the thoughts of the subtle part, which is, you can also say there is a difference between the intellect of the people. Like everyone is sitting here, we have a different kind of an intellect. So that is the difference in the subtle understanding of everyone sitting here. And mind and intellect are different for all at the subtle level. So it is very much different. So that is subtle. I mean, the thought is very subtle. It is not gross. You cannot see thought, but you can think. You can keep on, having multiple thoughts in your mind. So which is very subtle, which only you can know, which is there inside your mind. And it is here also we have a section of born of results of action, Satkarma Janya. So here, that time we in the gross body we had Satkarma Janya, which says due to our past good karma we have attained this grossified human form. But here of our Satkarma Janya, of our good result of actions, has already, I mean, it says here, as already discussed, the human birth is a result of the good actions of the past. With prominence of merits, we gain heavenly body. With demerits and animals or lower body, with the balance of both, we gain the human body. So here it is differentiating us. It is differentiating the human body with the animal body. Like the human body has an ability to experience the subtle, but the animal body cannot. So that is the merits and demerits of the, it is defined here as the lower body and the higher body. The higher body is a human form which can understand, which can have, which can think and has an ability to differentiate into the thoughts. But the lower body does not have ability to do that. Instrument of experiences. The subtle body is also the instrument of experiences, Bhoga Sadhana. So here, Bhoga Sadhana is the mind and intellect, is just an equipment instrument through we are experiencing. Like the same statement I said, even in the gross body, like through the gross body we are experiencing the outside world, but here also through mind and intellect we are also experiencing something. We are experiencing the multiple thoughts we are having in our mind, and multiple thought if we had, we get a statement to discriminate, to understand what is right and wrong. So that is only through the thoughtful process we can go through and understand things. So further than this, we have the 17 factors, the 17 components which actually define the subtle body. So here it is, in the text it is defined as Saptadasha Kalaha. So these 17 factors are of, we can call it as the energy factors. So these factors are the 5 pranas, 5 organs of knowledge, 5 organs of action, mind and intellect, which actually totals up to a subtle body. So here, if you want to see the 5 pranas, the 5 pranas are prana, apana, jnana, udana and samana. So these 6 parts would be explained in the later part. So these 17 components define the subtle body. So once the supply energy to the gross and the subtle body, the mind is the seat of emotions, perceptions and capacity of volition. The intellect recognizes, observes, judges, analyzes, conceptualizes, imagines and decides. So only the subtle body has this energy level, this ability to do such observation, judge, analyze. That can only happen in the thought process. That cannot be happen in the gross level. That we should raise ourselves higher to a gross level so that we can get into the subtle level and understand multiple things which actually exist in this particular outside world. So further it is more differentiated into, more categorized into 2 parts, that is organs of perception, Jnana Indriyani, and organs of action, that is Karma Indriyani.
That will be covered later.
Okay. So this will be covered in the later part. So this is what the gross body and the subtle body is. The gross body is what we see, the object through which we experience. The subtle body is through which also we experience, but at a very subtle level, at the thought process level, but not physically.